They collected basketball players and basketball lovers on the court to try and figure it out. The fun part for most people who came to the court was not necessarily basketball, the music was amazing.
Seat on the microphone. I'm Missy on the microphone. I'm super fresh, that's the shit I'm on. Come on. Sucker MCs coming to win the game.
Cook your roll with the Brooklyn Boys. Look for one last time, I need y'all to call.
Real talk, do you know anything about basketball?
Yes, the basics. I think that's good enough. Like dunking. I've heard a lot about Friday Night Lights, so I wanted to come see for myself. Yeah.
Is that just me, or is every basketball player handsome? Like, there's something... or is it just... is it the shorts? What do you think it is?
Okay, it's very sweeping. They sort of are in the limelight, and that, most people in the limelight sort of look good in a way. I don't know, it might not be real, but they have that allure about them, so...
Make some noise. Who you know fresher than Hov? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can't none of y'all...
It's a day to meet very many people, but most of all, it's a day to get to know more about basketball in Uganda. I think it's a good forum for us newbies to get into the, to get into the game.
You say it's a good place to meet a lot of people. I see the honeys. The women are looking gorgeous. Is that an attraction to come?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I'm doing this interview with you right now, but... Well, it is an attraction, but it's not the main attraction. Let it not distract us from the action on the court, yeah.
For you to go out there and shoot, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to embarrass myself.
For the trumpeteers, good stuff.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Yeah, let's go. We Ugandans and Kenyans and Tanzanians, my Gambians and Zambians, my Ghanaians, my Nigerians, Algerians, Liberians, American, Africans, Afro-Americans, Sudanese, Lebanese, and Senegalese, all my Rwandese.
I'm usually up on game. I usually know what's going on, where it's going on, and who has it going on. I have to say, this is a rapper who has it all going on. Hopefully, since his return. Returning back to Uganda. Mr. Crew Kid left Uganda 10 years ago. Why?
I was studying graphic design and I couldn't do that here. So I had to leave to go and study it, basically, yeah.
And then you're still doing graphic design because I've seen your t-shirts.
Yeah.
What kind of message do you usually want people to get from your t-shirts?
I want them to I want them to be attracted to it, but also get an inside scoop somehow on who I am. So I try to personalize. Yeah.
Okay, so who are you?
I'm an artist. I have ups and downs, I have flaws, I have talents, and I am Ugandan, an African, and glad of it.
That's a good definition. I've seen your music as crooked, and that's really cool stuff. Like from coming home to all the new stuff, and I
Yeah.
know you were signed to a record label in America.
Yes.
That's most rappers' dreams. How did that happen?
MySpace.
Oh.
MySpace. I had a couple of joints up there. So there was a producer online. His name is Blaster Beats. He does stuff for Joe Budden. And he was like, man, Ruckus Records is doing this thing. They're trying to find the top 50 artists on MySpace, hip hoppers. You should submit something. So I submitted, and they loved it, and that's how I got signed. basically.
Okay. And then you ended up back in Kampala
Yes,
by choice.
yes, by
Real
choice.
time. Now, I
Yeah.
know a lot of you people at home are going to ask me why I'm saying by choice, but you remember the Uganda Boys, the Twins saga. A lot of people get brought back here and then they tell us they came by choice. You came back by choice.
I came back by choice.
Why make that choice?
I had been gone too long. I felt there was something that was telling me now was the time for me to come back. I either was going to come back now or not come back, at least not in a musical sense. Like, if I was going to do it, now would be the time to do it. Because I missed home, man. Home cooking, matoke, cherry, vijanjaro, everything that I'm
opposed to-
used to. And even if you do that there, it just tastes different. The air is different. I just needed to come home. I needed to see my family. I didn't see my brothers in too long. I needed to come home. Plus, everybody was ragging on me like, man, the scene is wide open. All
yeah.
your people are in the right place. What are you doing? I mean, you've done the hip hop, rap, I can spit all day. Come home, do something home. You can't rep UG and not be there. So I came back.
So when you come back here and you find that all your people that you left here
Yeah.
are now big time rappers, endorsement deals, and big celebrities in the tabloids all day. Was it a shocker? Like,
It's
what was
jarring.
your first reaction?
Wow. It's jarring. Like, I sat in a car with a friend of mine whose name I just won't mention. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. I sat in a car with a friend of mine, and these people would just walk. Someone just came up to him, asked him for a job. Other people walked by. These ladies were just going gaga. Like, they were gonna bump into, Nakumats. Like, they weren't looking where they were going. I was like, wow. It's like,
This
yeah.
has been happening?
Yeah, I'm like, wow. And in the papers, like, they're all over the papers, and they're all over the streets. There's shows, and it's.
Any regrets? I mean, did you ever tell yourself, like, did you ever wish that you hadn't left 10 years ago?
No. I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. I was in a different place. I was talented and undisciplined. I'm not sure how disciplined I am now, but it would have been bad. So it was good for me not to be here for 10 years. Yeah.
A word has it, you found faith.
Yes.
And how has that changed you as a man, as an artist?
It just shifted my priorities a bit. I leave this somewhere. That's one of the reasons I left Crooked, because I was two people, and I decided if I'm gonna catch any flack, I'm gonna catch flack for being me, Rionga, because people were separating me, and they've been doing it for a long time, and that's fine. But for me, it didn't vibe well. And it also allowed me to make excuses for things that I shouldn't do. So I was like, if I'm going to be, I'm going to be Rionga, good or bad, and try to be him. That way I can take responsibility as a man, because a big part of growing up is accountability, and it's easy to put that away when I'm two people. Oh man, Rionga is great. Crooked, don't mess with him. Yeah, so
And now you kind of take
I
responsibility
take
for all your actions.
responsibility. I do my best, man.
And
It's
finding
hard.
faith has anything to do with that? That's not just maturity, you think?
No, at some point my maturity bumped into my faith, I think. It just was a natural progression, natural evolution. Yes.
And are your punchlines still as strong, even with the good Lord in a...
Well, I got 64 bars somewhere that says they're okay. They're still doing their thing. I'm nicer.
It's true.
I'm not trying to tear people's heads off as much, but like one of my last lines, I wouldn't cross me though this rapper's Christian, I wouldn't cross Christian. And, yeah, I wouldn't.
One of the lines in those 64 bars, Crooked Has a Son, is 64 bars long, and for anybody who knows anything about rap, usually a verse is 16. 64 means you're going from beginning to end with no break. And I'm also told he freestyled it. One of my favorite lines in the song is where he says, took a minute to come back, but I'm glad you reserved my spot. The top spot?
Don't know about that. I'm just in there. I'm on the team.
Yeah? And who's been
I'm
reserving
on the
it?
court. Oh man, All the big boys, man, they're glad I'm back. They weren't big boys when I left, you know, and it's nice, you know, they're man, I really appreciate it.
Female left wing extremists to get both pairs of right and left limbs to be with. Metal metal to speakers to sell a guerrilla leaders, dealing pain, be it with 9 inches and millimeters. Know the flow is a weapon, forget a chip on my shoulder. I hold up bigger casinos and notions 11. So what's up, loaded the records and I'm cocked and aimed. The whole government body takes a shot to the brain, our body brigades. Shotties ablaze, whatever suits ya. I am knocking the lights out of your brain. Future God, go of the boost, you're systematically making the system addict. The patient in my rehabilitation. I inhabit the nation's visions and manifestations and manifestations making mental insanity blatant. The rate at which speed a heart beat up when I heat up a track because your heart to implode in multiple seizures.
Well, when you're out there, you're listening to Ugandan music. It's not just hip-hop. You're listening to other types of music, too.
Yeah.
What other Ugandan artists have you listened to?
Chameleon, Ziggy D. I've listened to Good Life, Radio and Weasel. I've listened to Peter Miles, Blue 3. There's a bunch. I keep up. I try to listen a little bit. I can't. And Juliana.
Now, most
Lillian.
of that music is in Luganda. Do you speak it?
I can speak it.
Can
yeah.
you rap in it?
I can do a little bit. I wouldn't go trying to make a whole album and be like, "God, I'm the latest Luga Flow sensation." What? Chichikachi? No.
Really? It sounds like we need to teach Crooked now to Rionga some Luganda, and you know, Nava's pretty good with it. Come on, we'll be right back after the break. You're welcome.